You know that seedy neighborhood you didn't move into? That's Critical Hit. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hello, world, and welcome to another episode of Critical Hit, a foul-mouthed podcast where we talk about everything. I am your host, Red King, and with me always is Crimson and Chrono Ward. Welcome back!
Greetings from the other side.
Tonight, we are talking about mythical creatures, and we're kind of talk about which ones we would rather be. You know, because podcasters are not necessarily the strongest of all creatures in the mythical pantheon. But it turns out, I looked it up, we rank pretty well.
In terms of cryptozoology, we're somewhere down in the negative 1,000.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
We're ready. This is Critical Hit, and Mythical Creatures starts now. Before we begin, right? So two things. First thing is something that I've got. Second thing is something that Crimson's got. So today is the 30th, right?
Of March.
Yes. I learned today that E3 is canceled for this year.
Oh!
I mean, we already knew this shit was going to happen.
I mean, they all do their own press conferences anyway.
Yeah, that is true.
Being able to like focus, you know, one-on-one with your audience and get all the attention that you need right then and there.
I miss it though. There's something about it's just the vibe, you know,
Yeah.
The environment is like, oh, E3, man, E3 season, that was a thing.
I don't know. I think I've personally always preferred gamer electronics show.
Oh, the consumer electronics.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I feel like that focuses more on the tech than like
Gamescom is another one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
And also 3 days ago, rest in peace, the Nintendo eShop for 3DS and Wii U.
That's right. It is officially gone. And here's an interesting thing. I saw a thing where apparently a lot of people who have the money to do so were trying to buy everything on the eShop.
Yeah, like somebody spent like $22,000.
Yeah. So I'm like
archivists.
Yeah. I mean, good for you if you can do that, because I would love to do something like that. But there's easier ways to do it.
Well, they're doing it legitimately because then they can archive the files themselves and say, I own these files.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Unlike a couple of us who are just dirty pirates. That being said, we
Hoist
got
the Jolly Roger.
I'm looking. Yeah, nobody can see it, but that's what I have in this room. It's a big fucking pirate flag. So with that, I have another thing. I'm not sure if I'm 100% enthused about it. So Crimson, take it away.
Righto. Okay, so we are introducing something new today. It's going to be a brand new segment that we will have every so often, reoccurring on our podcast, and we are dubbing it Wax Snacks. So I'm going to take it just a second to explain the initial premise behind it, since this is our first time unveiling it. The idea is, this is not an insult to the companies or people that we are featuring on this segment. It is just it's a taste test, so to speak. So I'm going to unveil a secret snack that only I know of. I'll have it prepared ahead of time, and you guys will obviously have to deal with whatever I bring to the table. And we are going to taste test and judge this snack. So the idea is this snack whack, or does that snack track? So, to begin, in my ghetto grocery bag.
What the fuck is that?
Behold! Which I believe now is quite appropriate for our
mythical meats.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This is like that alien jerky, but it's mythical creatures instead.
So I didn't, mind you, I did not know that we were going to pick this topic this week. So when I first got this, I was like, you know what? This is a nice little soft step into this segment. You know, on the back of it, it actually has every type that they have in there, which is like named after mythical creatures, but they tell you the meats that are used in it.
Yeah, they have to legally tell you what meats are in it.
Well, yeah.
Because otherwise it might just be like sawdust and codstone.
Or actual dragon.
So what we got here, we got mythical meats,
Lamprey.
exotic game snack sticks, mythicalmeats.com. On the back is this pack includes basilisk, chimera, chupacabra, dragon, griffin, kraken, Loch Ness monster, Pegasus, phoenix, and unicorn. Obviously, these are a little bit different than their actual namesake counterparts. This is kind of cool.
Yeah. So we get to I don't know if you guys want to bust open a couple of them, try them. We could do like top 3 because there's a lot in this pack. So
I'm dumping these on the table. This is kind of cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of interested here. So I want to go after. I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick this phoenix.
I'm going for unicorn.
Chupacabras for me. Okay, so Chupacabra is chorizo flavored.
Okay, and my what is Phoenix? What we got for Phoenix? Sweet pepper turkey. I feel like you probably got the most interesting one.
Unicorn is just beef smoked.
Oh,
I got a Slim Jim.
So let's pop it open.
Okay.
Smells pretty good.
And now, not only are we going to eat this snack, but we are also going to project horrible mouth noise into the microphone.
I'm going to get as close as humanly possible.
Enjoy. Holy smokes. That is incredibly smoky.
Yeah.
That is smoke as fuck. That's awesome.
Here's the thing. I was worried with the turkey, I'm going to be honest.
You think it was going to be dry?
Mm-hmm. That was my initial fear. And
Yeah, like deadass. That's why I didn't go for it.
So, admittedly,
Heaven help
fantastic.
you if you don't know the horror of a soggy turkey.
So,
Or in this case, a dry turkey. But
the thing that I'm kind of interested in, right? So,
Oh, that's hot. Hey, whoa.
so,
Why is it?
so now I'm gonna pick something interesting for us because these ones they go kind of out there, right? So I'm gonna pick for Chrono is going to have dragon, which is alligator, Cajun, and beef.
Yeah,
sounds good to me.
And I'm going to pick basilisk for Red King because that's alligator, mild, and beef. And I'm gonna take griffin, which is beef and ostrich.
All right.
So if these taste good, then I think we're ready to pass judgment.
Wow, that gator's kind of tough, but really fucking good.
Wow. Okay.
Yo.
Here's the thing. I guess I like ostrich.
The eggs are huge.
Listen, we don't need to talk about you, Jay.
No, these are fucking fantastic.
No doubt about it.
So the dragon, it's got like that smoky undertone with a little bit of kick, but it's not so overwhelming that, you know, when spice has flavor and it's not just hot,
Right.
because that's the best kind of spice. That's what this tastes like.
Chupacabra's hot as hell.
I like the ostrich
too.
better than the turkey. It's weird. It's so weird, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
The only thing I will say is I think unicorn was a little cleaner.
That's very. You probably got some bogginess with that gator. Tasting of bayou in there.
Well, not that kind of clean. Since this has alligator in it, it's a little tougher. It's a little chewier.
It actually is not surviving. I'm going to finish it.
Not at all. I'm going to finish this too.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna.
Because I already finished Unicorn. Like, that was just a Slim Jim.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a better quality Slim Jim.
Yeah, so I think I think without a doubt, this snack tracks.
Yes,
This-
Mythical Meats tracks.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good job, guys, with your exotic game snack sticks. Everything we try in this segment will be linked on our Twitter. Go check it out. Go order directly from them. They have a website. So go there.
This is such a destructive segment because now I'm just eating. So now we begin with mythological creatures, right? So mythology comes in a couple of different forms, right? It's the supernatural, like the folk legends and stuff like that, the cryptids, where it's like, you know, kind of more animal type.
Mhm.
You know, even some of the pantheonic gods and stuff like that, I would kind of consider to be mythical creatures, like
Yeah.
like Fenrir and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's fair game. I would say that's I mean, you figure griffins pretty much come from
Listen, Zeus is responsible for like a third of possible mythical creatures. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
yeah.
like that was the interesting thing that I was figuring out as I'm looking up some of these different creatures and things like that is yeah, a lot of the gods were porking animals. I'm like,
are you referring to Zeus or Loki?
Loki. I remember that. What about Loki?
no, Loki. Loki transformed into a horse
Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
and took some horse dick.
Yes, and then gave birth to his father's horse.
So listen,
There's no, no.
there's a lot of fucking questions.
Proud of you, son. Thanks for the new horse. Where'd you get it?
There were-
Me.
like that really helped out a lot. No wonder he didn't fucking like him. He's like,
Like he's a freak.
like that's the discussion that he has in private. He's like, good job, son. Turns around, he's a fucking.
What is wrong with him? This horse is.
He is not from the fruit of my nut.
Yeah, like, dude, he didn't even turn into the giving horse. Like, come on,
Into the
bro.
receiving horse.
That's like an insane thing to think about.
Like, why?
And that someone.
Have you ever actually read any of the Poetic Edda?
Some of it,
It's
mainly the horse thing.
Wild.
Listen, they go a little far with their animals.
Yeah, they do. I think like some of the classical, or not classic, some of the mythological stuff and like these different pantheonics, they were horny, bro. Like
they were just
that's all. They were they were godly, incredibly horny creatures, and they were just anything that moved.
They were
There it is.
they were just erect 24/7.
So I think I have a couple of like really weird facts about like some of the regular ones, like the ones that everybody would know,
Yeah.
like the unicorn, like the mythology behind the unicorn.
Oh, dude, unicorn's fucked up from what I remember.
So I guess the farthest back recorded record, there's redundancy as I speak, of a unicorn, they are much smaller than an actual horse.
Yeah, they're ponies.
Yes.
Ponycorn.
Yeah, so like a unicorn is small, and one of the things is like if you were a woman and you had gotten pregnant outside of wedlock, the unicorn could tell and would stab you with its horn.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, that is fucking insane.
So you get this little asshole horse just fucking.
Yeah.
But now here's the thing.
A full-size horse attacks you. Not a lot you could do about that. A mini horse attacks you. I would figure that's a lot scarier.
Here's the thing, though. I could sidestep that little bitch.
No, you can't.
I mean, I guess
Well-
if you're a pregnant female, that might be a little harder. But come on, man. Like, all I'm saying is just time it right. Quick sidestep. Grab that little bitch by the horn.
Grab the bitch by the horn. It was just the new adage
yeah, exactly. I'm
referring to
I've invented that shit right now.
unicorns.
Yeah,
Instead
no.
of grab the bull by the horn, it's grab that bitch by the horn.
yeah. Put his face right in the dirt. Call Loki.
But Loki's gonna turn up and want to get fucked.
Listen, that's the good thing. It's a distraction. You get out while he's getting.
But then Loki is now being impregnated outside of wedlock.
Oh,
You figured out how to kill a goat. One down, a lot more to go.
yeah. They're all gonna be pissed off and take everything too personally.
So, like, the classic stuff like mermaids and things. Like, I think about The Little Mermaid, and I think about how
Shitty a movie it is.
beyond that, 'cause that's easy, right?
Shitty a character everyone in it is. Except for Ursula and Triton.
And Flounder.
Okay, I'll give you
Flounder ain't bad.
Yeah.
He's not bad.
But
That fucking
like,
crab could suck. He's a,
yeah, that crab is sus.
yeah,
Sebastian, yeah.
yeah.
He is, yeah. He's like crab scampi and sus sauce.
Oh, that nice.
So like, I find it hilarious that they skirted so much so closely of like the actual mythology of mermaids, because what they do, right, they lure the sailors to turn their ships towards rocks. The ship crashes. They dig through all the shit on the ship because they like the collection of stuff.
Oh.
And their Ariel is with a collection of stuff.
She's a fucking murderer. She's a murderer.
That
A good attorney could get that thrown out.
That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that you didn't do it.
all she did was say hi. That's all a siren does is say hi.
Listen, if you're enchanted, that's your own fault.
If
But-
you're so thirsty,
Listen.
Thought ahoy! Rocks ahoy!
The-
Oh no, me balls!
the new Little
Cannonballs.
Mermaids live action. I'm not gonna lie. Like mint. Anyways, when you think about part of your world, right?
No, I
And
don't think about part of my world. The ocean sucks.
I try my best not to think of part of your world, but if you think about that iconic scene of part of your world when she's up on the rock, like part of your, and then just imagine a ship just
careening into the rocks. Yeah.
amazing.
then she's fucking running your pockets.
As you choke and die on seawater.
That's a pretty good gig, though. Like, just you can sing, make a ship crash, and then get fabulously fucking wealthy.
I mean, that's not bad.
They're not about the money. They're not in it for the money.
Yeah, but just imagine, like, if you could contract one.
True.
Be like, you pick what you want, I get the rest.
Interesting.
She's got a fork. This is so cool. You're like, just with chains, just hauling huge chests of gold.
Yes.
You're like, this is the greatest deal I've ever cut with arguably, because like some of these mythical beasts, they have like an intelligence scale.
Yeah.
And a mermaid or a siren would be very low on the intelligence scale. Easy to trick.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that is true.
Because,
So,
I mean,
Ariel
no
was-
cap.
Oh,
She had a
Ariel.
fork.
Ariel was dumb as fuck too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
that's
weird.
It's not that they're not intelligent, it's that they're naive of what humans would perceive as valuable.
Mm-hmm.
It's the equivalent of when a crow steals something shiny, right?
Yes.
True. I still call that an idiot. The only intelligence that matters is human intelligence.
You're the one crashing into the rocks, buddy.
Get your pockets run.
Fuck you.
Broke and dead.
What is her name? Holly Bailey or whatever. She's. Ooh, I would crash in the rocks for her.
So
Simp.
Symbio.
Yeah, that's your Shakespeare name.
yeah.
Juliet, I'm here to run hands on Tybalt.
What the fuck? I was not expecting. Oh my lord! No. That
Wow.
you got me. That was perfect.
oh my gosh.
That's gonna that's gonna live in my head rent free now.
We need to write Simpio and Juliet.
Yeah. I'm here to run hands.
T-Balt.
Oh my god!
gosh.
That was amazing. Okay, all right.
So we have a little bit of a. Did you know that the Fae or fairies, actually influenced the way houses were built?
Yes.
Yep. So when you built your house, you made sure that the back and front doors were aligned. And you would leave them open in the night so that if a fairy came through, they'd be able to pass straight through your house.
So, all right. There's two problems with that. First of which, I feel like the most obvious, marauders, probably a big problem at that point.
All right, here's your fucking thing, right? If you're a fucking peasant, you don't have anything worth a damn.
This is true.
So why am I, as a Viking, gonna go raid the fucking peasant hovel when the castle's right over the fucking hill?
Yes.
Good point, but how about this one? Why the fuck are we preparing for something that we don't even know actually exists?
Well, they believed it did back then.
That's what I don't understand. All right.
Not only did they exist to them, but we invaded their land. And in order to not get your shit screwed up, because, the thing about fairies is they were all types of different sizes and shapes, mostly small, but they were able to visit horrible things onto your house, like bad luck, curses, sometimes sickness.
So
They'd steal your kids.
So those motherfuckers who believe that, you understand why, they died. I'm just throwing that out there. They're fucking gone because they were idiots.
They died because they didn't wash their hands, bruv.
Well, I mean, that's part of it. But you look at all the groundbreaking scientists and engineers of today, they weren't motherfuckers who came from I believe in fairies. You don't even fucking see them.
I mean, if you know that statistically, all of our ancestors were people who believed in crazy shit like that.
Yeah, but they stopped because they did shit that disproved it.
No, they died on those things.
I have a posit for you.
Okay.
Would you going back and explaining molecules, something we know exists but cannot see, they might kill you for that. So before you rail off on people for believing in things they can't see.
And also they're strong as fuck.
Yeah.
Because all they do is
you're right about that one. You're right about that one. I'm not fucking.
Yeah, you'd be like, what about your Fae, you idiot? What about the molecules and blah, 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 blah? And they just grab you. Shake the shit out of you until you die.
Here's the fucking Blarney Stone. It's going to kiss your skull.
So I guess
and you're just and then
Because I can't really argue at that point, can I?
You get owned so hard.
Surprisingly enough, good point. But leave your fucking door open now. See what happens.
Well, we own a lot more valuable stuff.
And guns.
I could leave my door open. Just saying. I hear something funny.
Well, what do we got here?
Sitting in your office chair.
Looks a little fucking squirrely, huh?
Sitting at the front door, you pull the trigger, roll to the back door.
Exactly.
The recoil's just going to propel you to the back door.
Mm-hmm. And you just
I am the Night Watch.
just eating mythical meats.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. So, like, I kind of want to mention the Sphinx, but it's also like the story of like Oedipus as well. So it's like kind of gross. But like anytime I ever talk about Oedipus, it's like,
Go for it. Listen, I don't know shit about Oedipus. So this is news to me. If that makes you feel any better.
So the head of the Sphinx is not a woman. It's actually Oedipus's head.
Okay.
Well, you have to remember that the Sphinx in Egyptian mythology and the Sphinx in Greek mythology are two different things.
Huh. See, didn't know that. You know a lot more about that shit than I do.
I thought it was the same, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm dumb. But that was so the reason why the Sphinx has the face is to commemorate the one who defeated it.
No shit.
Yep.
Huh. So how? Wait, what's the logistics of that?
It gives you a riddle, and you solve it. If you don't solve it, it kills you.
Oh.
Yep.
So then if you do solve it, it still kills you and takes your fucking head?
No. The Sphinx was a monument to Oedipus who defeated
Okay. I got you. Sorry. Slow on the uptake. I was like, hold on a fucking second. I was like, that's a lose-lose, man.
Well, hang on. Let me give you the riddle.
Okay.
What crawls on all fours in the morning, walks on 2 legs in the day, and walks on 3 legs in the evening?
Mandingo.
Almost had it. Humans is the answer.
Shut up.
I feel like a kind of win. That's a modern win.
No.
That's a come on. That's a half point.
It's a cat just squatting a bug.
Yeah, so like I guess what I was trying to shoot for on that fact is that is not what a Sphinx looks like. A Sphinx probably was just a regular cat monster.
With
like
wings.
Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, like the face has nothing to do with what it actually looks like.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. I mean, listen.
The face was the person who killed it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of interesting. but I feel like I still get, give me a quarter point.
You're still dead.
Points of a claw maybe upside your head.
Or maybe it lets you leave, but you don't get the prize.
Well, you know what? That Oedipus pisses me off.
Do you understand what an Oedipus complex is?
No fucking clue.
So the story of Oedipus specifically refers to he defeats the Sphinx, gets to claim one thing, and he wishes to marry the most beautiful woman in the land.
Cleopatra?
No, Jocasta is who he ends up marrying.
Oh.
Here's the problem. Jocasta is his mother.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. I already knew this, but I just figured I was just gonna.
So the term Oedipus complex is for if a son has romantic.
Oh, I fucking heard that before.
There you go. Now you know the origin of it.
Okay, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Here's the thing:
you know what it's called when a mother has romantic feelings for her son.
A reverse Oedipus complex.
No, it's a Jocasta complex.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. Stupid.
That was so much simpler than
I was gonna say you tried so hard to be funny. You didn't go with the obvious answer.
squished. Sphinx got me. Ah, damn it. Another kind of, this one's kind of obvious. Like, did you know that there's a difference between a wyvern and a dragon?
Yes.
I knew you did. I was just
Take a guess. What do you think it is?
Wings. No, that was stupid. Hold on. Neck. Long neck.
No.
Fuck. Tail?
No.
What the fuck is the difference?
Should we give him one more guess?
Okay.
just do one more.
Think about traditional depictions of Western dragons and wyverns.
Scales.
No.
Damn it.
Go for it.
It's legs.
Yes.
Wyverns have 2, dragons have 4.
Yep. The wings, the tail, the neck, that's all common traits of.
So here's the thing. I know that might seem obvious to you guys, but like me, when I look at a fucking dragon, I'm not counting the legs. I'm just like, dragon. It fucking looks like a dragon. Like,
No, he's like, dragon. Yes.
I'm a fuck it.
Yes.
it's like now that I think about it, yeah, it kind of just makes it sound like I'm like, when I see a dragon, I'm like,
I'm not counting the legs.
When do you see dragon?
Holes.
Like, turns out I'm sitting here in a set of like medieval armor. I'm just like,
Oh no. No.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
like, so one of our podcast mates just has problems.
He just has problems. That's it.
Like, he spent
A lot more than that.
he spent all of his savings on a set of armor.
It's not even battle ready.
You take a good punch.
It's made of aluminum foil.
Like you take a good punch and the chest plate
Breaks.
just completely dents in.
Oh my gosh.
So, I want to maybe like, I want to do a couple more facts, but I think instead I want to talk a little bit about what mythological creature would we be in a world where the hosts of Critical Hit are transformed into mythical creatures? Which ones are we?
So, I have mine, and there's a couple reasons. So, I'm gonna go with the werewolf, man. Werewolves. Okay. So here's the cool thing about werewolves, and like.
Okay. But specific question: do you or do you not have control of your transformations? Because that changes the entire dynamic.
So
are you a shitty werewolf or not a shitty werewolf?
So here's the thing. I'm gonna go as traditional as possible, because there's a lot of modern takes on werewolves that give you like a hierarchy and this, that, and the other thing. Originally, you had no control over that shit. It was just transform, and like even some of the things that you would think would be he's over here chowing on mythical meats. You didn't have any control over it. Even a lot of the modern day transformations are technically incorrect. Like the thing about getting or surviving a werewolf attack and then becoming a werewolf, that's all movies.
Really?
Yeah, that's a modern thing. The original idea behind becoming a werewolf was actually a lot more related to old school kind of voodoo type shit. One of which was kind of my favorite one is drinking rainwater from a werewolf's paw print.
What?
Or a wolf's paw print. Yeah. So if you go and apparently sip some water from a paw print,
It was just that.
man.
It was just that easy.
that's it. You just became a wolf man off of that. So that was because a lot of it, it's curse, voodoo curses type of thing. So it wasn't a thing where you just like, oh man, get mauled by a fucking werewolf and now I'm one. Because more often than not, you just didn't survive. Because these things are damn near invincible. That's the one thing I like about them. And like, if you were, so let me start with the main reason. So
You're a furry?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So no, actually historically werewolves fuck the most.
Oh.
So this is something I found out. It was very interesting when I was doing some research on it. So one of the
He's watching Werewolf on the hub.
Listen, thank you for
Ding, ding, ding. Word of the day, the hub.
Thank you for completing our hub reference, Cal. I appreciate you. No, but here's
You're
the thing.
slacking on them lately, actually.
Yeah, well, you guys beat me to them. That's
Damn.
Damn it. So here's the thing. This is what they say is that you become incredibly animalistic, not only when you transform, but just in a general everyday type of thing. So you're angry a lot, you fuck a lot, you eat a lot, like you are a beastly person just in a general sense.
That's
top of
funny because that takes me back to my high school vertebrae anatomy class. The way my teacher boiled it down is there's 4 F's that animals basically fulfill.
Right.
Fight, flight, feed, mating. Or at least that's what he said in class.
Ha!
Fucking is what he meant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of the dude's name because the name Lycan came from the supposed guy. He basically betrayed his king, and his king then put a curse on him. So he made the king eat his family. The king got pissed, found out, put curse on him, turned him into a fucking werewolf. And his name was like Lycan something. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was that's where the name actually comes from.
That's
so
insane.
yeah. So
There's more to that fucking story. So what did the king originally do to piss this guy off that made him feed the king's family?
I believe he was a servant to begin with. Like he cooked for him.
Right.
So we know that this has never famously been a very ceremonious job for most people. Back in the day, you just cooked or died, or you cleaned or died.
The king's wiper.
That's the least ceremonious job probably in all of creation.
So mind you,
Wipe an adult's ass.
Well, remember, if the king wears plate mail, he's shitting himself.
Oh my lord.
Whoa.
Because remember, there's no hatch there.
Yeah, you can't just pop the flap.
Just imagine you're just on your horse and you're like, I am the king. Nobody listen to that. Wiper. Sir, your armor's on. I can't do anything. Get your hand in there.
Get your hand. Oh, and you had no choice. That's the worst thing.
Is horrible.
You went in, man. So
make sure you go finger deep.
So
I must be clean.
Oh my lord. So the interesting thing about werewolves is that originally, because they say, oh, you gotta kill them with silver weapons. That's actually not how that worked originally. Originally, you had to ingest wolf's bane.
Yes.
And then you got attacked by a silver weapon. So until you do that, you're fucking invincible as long as you're transformed.
A lot of steps to take him down.
Yeah. So
Not really. You fucking find a cow, cook that shit up in wolfsbane, which grows fucking everywhere in Europe. And then you grab a silver fork and stab that bitch.
Well, they're still incredibly hardy in general. Like, you're not going to get into the vitals of a werewolf with a fucking fork.
If I go through the eye.
Huh. Good point. That's actually a good point. Now, that's some Van Helsing level of bullshit if you're gonna do that. I'd like to see you just fucking God of War a werewolf with a fucking fork.
That'd be amazing.
But then no, that
Yo, why is that not a fucking video game right now?
well, actually, it's vampires. You remember that one?
Vampire?
Vampire. That's right. That's
Yeah.
what it was. It's a. Do you remember that one? Evolved. You remember that one? I think it's Evolved. Where you fight the monsters as a group. You fight the monsters.
Yeah,
I think,
Evolve.
Yeah, it's the same fucking idea, just with vampires. And there's like fucking master level vampires that are huge, giant, fucking scary. And yeah, no, it's cool. Looks cool as fuck.
Oh, you mean Redfall?
Redfall? That's what it was. That's
Redfall's coming out May 2nd.
Yeah. That now
On
badass.
Xbox Game Pass.
Shut your mouth.
I already have a group.
What? Am I in that group?
You can be.
I want to be in that group.
We generally have a rotating fourth position, so
So I'm good at rotating positions.
So it kind of
So it's like the ultimate like power. These fuckers are strong and they're feared. You're just a beast, man. And literally, and the invincibility factor of it. You're mostly invincible unless somebody does some tricky shit. And like, let's be honest, who doesn't want to be Teen Wolf?
me.
oh boy, I never even watched that.
That
show.
fucking show's there. I watched like one episode.
So like there's kind of that obviously I don't care about vampires, but like the classical vampire lore, it actually paints them as pretty crappy compared to werewolves. If I'm to be honest, like
Well, the problem there is that a werewolf couldn't technically kill a vampire without a stake.
this is true.
True, but a vampire also couldn't just kill a werewolf.
Absolutely.
Like that. Like that's the one thing is that I feel like, you know, if you look at a werewolf has always been a powerful creature. Whereas, if anything, they were probably more powerful earlier than they are now because they've found a lot of ways to make them killable, basically. Back in the day, the whole point was that they're just fucking terrifying. Now, here's the thing. I did remember a thing where I believe it's rabies might have been the reason why people thought werewolves was an actual thing.
Yes.
Because
It's just like tuberculosis was vampirism.
yeah. So the idea was you turn into literally a beastly person. Like you lose your shit and you start tearing shit apart. You fucking foam at the mouth.
Oh, that's the other one, though. Hydrophobia. Werewolves are afraid of water.
I'm afraid of water, so that
That's
tracks.
actually also a symptom of rabies.
Oh.
Why?
It's just the way that rabies fucks with your brain.
Wow. That's insane.
So, seriously, people, if you think you've been bitten by something rabid, go to the fucking hospital because once it advances to a certain point, you're just fucked.
Yeah, it is not a werewolf. It's not going to be cool. You're not turning into fucking Jacob. You're not doing any of that. Shit.
That's insane.
You picked the fucking shittiest, most pedophile werewolf?
No, well, people, that's what people know. They don't fucking look at any other random werewolf and like, they don't look at fucking Silverback from
At
the
least
Order.
you could have fucking still stayed with fucking Teen Wolf.
Fuck Teen Wolf. I don't know anybody from Teen Wolf. I
I
saw
don't
only
either,
one
but-
episode.
So that was kind of interesting. We had a PSA and we dunked on Twilight.
yeah.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it to dunk
Yeah,
on
fair
it.
enough.
So that's the one interesting thing
Isn't
is
that the ultimate dunk, though?
Right.
it is.
The no looker.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I like that. Yo, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I would say ultimately, like, because I like the more cryptid style of mythical creature, because like most of the time it was based on something that you could like tangibly see, and even though it was kind of like, okay, we know what it is now, it's like you could definitely see how a person would lose it if you just like started losing your shit, just like went at a goat real quick. It was like,
Becoming a wolf.
but this motherfucker is definitely a werewolf.
Anybody got a silver sword? Why? That metal's terrible for that job. I think this man has problems.
So that was kind of funny because like the whole how to prevent vampires thing, I was just looking that up. It has nothing to do with why I've picked, because I'm going to get to that in a second. But they had, so somebody with rabies was like, oh my gosh, that might be a werewolf. Back in the fucking old days, if you had red hair, you could be a vampire. That's Ginger.
But he must be.
Which was insane to me.
That means Ireland is just full of vampires.
Yeah.
Right?
They just looked at this dude like,
And they had,
Mickey,
like-
vampire.
And they had like all these different things. Like when you went to bury somebody, you had to do it in a very specific manner. Like they said, oh, put poppy seeds and
For them to count and shit or
yeah,
something.
which is where they got the count.
Which that's also really weird how much like you did a lot of fucking research to come up with this kid's character.
Yeah. They kind of went deep, like, you know, Little Mermaid being a fucking siren and killing people and taking their spoons and forks and shit. But I have a different mythological creature.
What do we got?
Mine is the Oni.
Oh, you and I
Oh.
went very similar.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
Because I was actually considering doing an Oni.
Sweet. Because they're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So in Japanese myth, the Oni is someone who is like truly wicked in their life
Mhm.
that died. And they are transformed in the underworld into an Oni. Now, when you're transformed, you're not just, more or less, you're not let loose. Your transformation comes with a job.
hmm
And your job is to punish lesser wicked souls in the underworld. These guys are fucking
Ichigo Kurosaki.
I was gonna say
He's a Shinigami.
I
not
know-
an Oni.
I know, but if you think about it,
no, he's a Grim Reaper, a little different.
yeah, it's a little fucking different. But he kills hollows.
Right. The
Come
purpose-
on, the similarities are there.
No. Because here's the thing, right? In Bleach, hell exists.
I know that I've watched
They're
Bleach,
separate things.
but similar.
No, he's purifying hollows.
Yes.
When a hollow is killed,
Yeah, I guess he's not
by-
an evil creature, so that's fair.
yeah, when a hollow is killed because hollows for the most part are mindless creatures. When they're killed by a Shinigami sword, as long as the soul that was turned into a hollow wasn't an evil soul itself, it goes to the Seirete.
Fair.
If it's a bad soul, they go to hell.
Yeah, and they get punished by Onis, who are massive, like hulking beasts with freaking tusks and either like blue or red skin. Which fun fact, Gaz and Mez from
Dragon Ball Z.
yep, they were Onis, and their t-shirts actually said hell.
Yeah,
But
no,
then they went and did the
Hole of
stupid
Infinite Losers.
home of infinite. Yeah,
yeah.
It's like so dumb.
Yeah, what's that? Oh man, 4 kids.
Yes. So like the one thing is they have a signature weapon, right?
Mhm.
The signature weapon is the Kanabo. Massive club with like iron studs, and they just use it to violently beat the shit out of like bad souls, right?
Mhm.
And I kind of
He's like, I relate to this because I work construction.
yeah, like there's a couple of like times where I've thought about like smacking somebody with like a big 2x4. I'm like, this would definitely be a Kanabo. And as a matter of fact, I had taken, there's like this wooden there's like a wooden railing that I took from a staircase, and it was hexagonal in shape. It was the weirdest fucking railing.
Are you about to admit to something?
No, I didn't hit nobody yet. But I was like,
Currently waiting.
yeah,
I'm just waiting on the iron.
I was gonna take like you know the little like the basically it's like a cap nut
Yeah.
and it has the rounded end. I'm thinking to myself, that's gotta be like perfect for a club stud. Right? I get a bunch of these, thread all it through the and it's a long freaking railing, enough to be like a two-handed, very long club.
Yeah.
And it would be very fucking cool. All these different things I take from construction sites, I'll be like, that'd be a sick weapon. I've got some chains for like nunchucks and a piece of wood. If perfect dowel shape.
If I start coming over, and
I'm still waiting for you to nut yourself with nunchucks.
No, get those couple flourishes
You're
in.
gonna flourishing. Natty one.
Yep.
if I start coming over here and I start seeing weapons slowly being crafted, I'm calling the police.
Yeah, well, actually.
It's amazing. Hashtag Dungeons and Daddies. So I think there's actually like a saying in Japan was like kind of in reference to giving something, like contributing something that doesn't kind of, it's like it's already good enough and you've gone and done more. It's called, they say it's like giving a kanabo to an oni.
Mm-hmm.
It's already done. They're already incredibly powerful and incredibly fierce. You don't need to add by giving them a massive grizzly freaking club.
Yeah. Now here's the thing though. You picked a dumb brute. Of all the things. You're just like, look at this big motherfucker with that. He's like the Red Hulk but with a stick.
Or blue. They can be blue.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, then there is a blue Hulk. I forgot there was.
There's a lot of Hulks.
Yeah, there's
all the Hulks
She-Hulk.
of the rainbow. Should you say She-Hulk? Shut the fuck up. Disgusting.
You're such a fucking tramp.
Before Lady Demontress, there was She-Hulk.
See, as an Oni, I would have the bonk. That one of them, the blue bonk of
Go directly to horny hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 pussies.
What was with that Wario ass laugh you just in there?
Shut the fuck up. The one thing that I kind of found interesting about the lore of being an Oni is they are somebody who was truly wicked in their life, and upon their death, they're transformed
into an even bigger asshole.
And they get to just stomp the crap out of souls for eternity, which to me fucking doesn't sound like too bad of a shake.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. What I thought all that shit was kind of put into place to stop you from being an asshole, but it's like, it sounds to me like you might as well be an asshole.
I mean, if you're gonna be an asshole, you want to be the biggest asshole you can be
in Japan. Only in Japan. that one's exclusive to Japan.
Well, no, so Japan and China tend to share a lot of mythology.
So I mean, Japan or China, but don't do that in America because I mean,
really, that's kind of our country's entire philosophy is to be the biggest asshole you can be.
The ending's a little different.
Golly.
The accepted religion here does not really support that with any type of giant clubs.
Well, walk softly and carry a big stick.
Right. Oh, good reference. What's yours? I need to know yours.
Yeah.
All right. The Tanuki.
Wait. They have big balls.
Yes.
What?
Of course you know that part. Actually, that part of the mythology came later.
It did. Really?
Yes.
They added.
They dragged
someone
along late.
else's interpretation, because here's the thing, right? There's also a Mujina, which is a badger.
Does it also have big balls?
Well, so here's the funny part, right? Mujina and Tanuki, depending on where you are in Japan, actually can mean the same thing. Mujina is supposed to be badger. Tanuki is the raccoon dog. But there was a guy who killed a Tanuki because badgers were protected. So he thought he killed a Mujina, not a Tanuki. because he thought the badger was the tanuki, which is protected in Japan. So the Supreme Court of Japan said he wasn't guilty of poaching because technically he was legitimately confused.
Right.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
But yes, there are myths where tanukis will inflate their scrotum and then bang on them like drums. They can fly with them.
Like a balloon.
Yes.
Do they fly upside down?
No.
So my question is why? Oh, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me when Tanuki Mario,
Yes.
technically speaking,
Yes. Tanuki Mario is
no fucking
Yeah.
way, dude. Wow.
Oh boy.
So they couldn't do that. That's why they changed.
Wait. That can't be right. I need to.
Sackacopter.
That's absolutely insane.
But no, it's more about the cool ability to like shapeshift and fuck with people.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Okay, so go down the list of things that Tanuki can do.
So tanukis have control of illusions, basically.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So they can shapeshift, look like a person. They have illusions. Generally, tanuki are not malevolent, but they will, like if you're a petty thief, a tanuki might turn up and punish you and make you look foolish.
Okay. Okay, that's an interesting choice though. Like, because I'm used to because to me, not for nothing, my pick was a power fantasy. Like you could be fucking all powerful, badass fucking wolf, but I'm like, you just kind of want to fuck with people. But like, I'm a mischievous scamp.
I mean, technically speaking, you can still kill someone with an illusion.
True.
Yeah, if like you make them have a heart attack or something.
Okay, I never thought about using that. So here's an idea. So if you go up to an old person and you just go ahead and turn into the Grim Reaper and you're like, what's good, buddy? I'm just here to have some coffee before I leave with you.
I mean, you could. But I don't know. I've always thought tanukis were cool. Because
Yeah.
the original thing is that they would inflate their bellies and bang on them like a drum.
That's more
That's a lot cooler.
I like that.
That's a lot less.
So where did scrotum come from?
So it was added in some story. I forget the name of the story. But it was basically just they have an enhanced scrotum.
Listen, if I all right, imagine that on a superhero's power list.
Yeah.
Enhanced scrotum.
That's how they fly.
So
That's how Superman flies.
you know what? Tanuki Man's about to become a thing.
No.
We start writing today.
And the boys, maybe.
Probably. I would be fucking surprised if that would happen.
Well, if it ain't the Tanuki cunt.
So I'm looking up Mario as a Tanuki flying, and they don't do anything weird looking.
No,
Of course they don't.
It was the tail, I think, in Mario, because you wouldn't. I figure you probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know why I thought.
yeah,
it was,
I'm like, what
it would be some classic game where just balls or something ridiculous.
But
like
I
that.
mean, if you wanted me to take a power pick, it's the Kitsune.
I thought, yeah, because can't they also do illusion
So,
shit?
Kitsunes have a lot more than just illusion magic.
Yeah.
They're way stronger shapeshifters. They can manipulate fire.
Oh yeah. That's right. I forgot about that.
There's a couple yokai that fall in this. The Mujina, the badger, is one. The Tanuki is the raccoon dog. Kitsune is fox. Baka Neko and Nekomata are others. There's the Kawa Uso, which is the river otter, which is most famous for turning into a woman, luring a man to his death.
Damn it.
just drowning.
How many times have I died in this episode?
Well, there's also a spider woman that would turn into a very attractive woman, and then when a man would come to do the deed, as it were, she would fucking eat him. And not in the good way.
I'm so that just made me so happy that it seemed like he was about to say it.
Hold on.
And then you beat him to the punch. And you were just like, no, not in a good way.
No. What I was gonna say is it before or after?
You don't actually get to perform coitus.
Fuck, that sucks. All right, well, you know what? There's no plus side to that.
It's like I would say a premature Black Widow situation.
As an aside, another one that I like that's just really kind of fucking cool is the Kama Itachi, which is literally just a weasel that rides dust devils and just cuts people.
Cool.
Like its claws are sickle-like. So it's just a weasel that rides the wind and cuts fuckers.
So that actually would be remarkably terrifying if you really think about it.
So the mythology for the Kama Itachi is specifically like people would be caught in like a cold wind and like, you know, a chunk of ice hits them and they get caught. Because the whole thing is that it's a deep, painless cut. And if obviously you're cold, you're not necessarily going to feel it yet.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So I have an interesting aside. So so I have an interesting question for us as far as how we would be willing to die to mythical creatures. What is the one that you would be okay with dying to?
I would say.
So you want us to go out fighting or fucking?
Depends. So here's the thing. I'm going to get mine out of the way because I know what you guys are going to assume and you're wrong. So here's the thing. I think I would like to.
Yes, tell us what mythical meat you're pursuing.
Damn it. So I would like to. I wouldn't mind dying to something that would like kind of like do like a type of illusion or something like that. Because I think that like. How can I put this? It's a sounder, I would say, way of going out. So because there's things that would probably be able to kill you quicker and maybe in a less like terrifying or painful way. But like,
if you're tricked and then you die.
That's what I'm saying. Because
right.
Part
the
of
problem is that with generally like Arania or spider versions like that, they're eating you alive.
I'm going to skip that one.
Like they finish your head last.
So would you prefer like something? Because I mean, you could get fucking chased down by a werewolf. That'd be all up until the point. That'd be the most terrifying moment of your life.
Be fucking quick.
Yeah, but damn, man. Imagine you're just fucking doing your thing. You're just walking down the fucking night street for some fucking reason. Because that's not safe.
You know what I would actually pick? If I was going to pick a mythical creature to kill me, I'd probably pick a vampire because then I can come back.
That is a cheat.
No, that's such a fucking cheat code. That's a cheat code. But the thing is, though,
you lamb bastard.
You would, even in a lot of modern day vampire media, you would come back as a really shitty one.
Well, you always start out shitty.
Yeah, well, in some you're just shitty.
Yeah.
Like depending on who turns you, how you get turned, blah blah blah. You're just kind of shitty. Would you be okay with being a shitty vampire?
Yeah, I'm still alive in a sense.
Yeah.
I've got something better. I've got the best one.
Okay.
I know exactly how I would go out. Fighting the Hydra. I would make sure I was in great shape. Fucking have the sharpest sword I can, right? And I would go and try to get as many of these heads to spawn from the Hydra as possible.
Where is this?
If I knew I was going down, right? I would just want to have it that. I mean, like,
you went berserk and just
like
badge
the next person who comes around and sees the Hydra is like, holy shit, it's got like 1 million heads, right? So that I definitely went down. Like, if that this is the subject of how you want to go down, right? But an unreal, ridiculous, like insane amount of heads on the Hydra.
Okay.
To show that, bruh, I got so many hits.
But that man was brawling.
Or it just showed that you're dumb.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because there is a fucking way to kill the Hydra, isn't there?
You just stab it in the heart, right?
Yeah, you got to kill the body. You can also technically prevent heads from growing if you burn the stumps.
Right.
I mean, but truth be told, this is supposed to be how you die.
I mean, yes, but like, imagine you're the person coming along. You're like, why the fuck was this guy fighting for so long?
Well, most people don't know that. That's the thing.
Once the
All right,
Hydra
anyone that's a threat to a Hydra, though,
knows like a Hydra.
like, I get what you're going for. Yeah, it's like,
why you always gotta take the fucking wind out of my sails, bro? Bro, I had the greatest and the thing was, it happened so quick. I thought about it so quick. I'm like, this is gonna be great.
But that's potentially world-ending cataclysm, though, because nobody's getting past all those fucking heads.
all you need is a fucking ballista.
Yeah, but I mean, layers of heads. You could theoretically stop a ballista bolt with enough mass in between it.
Fine, catapult.
And then more heads.
Well, no, only if they get cut off. If they get crushed.
I mean, you feel like a ballista bolt might be able to.
If it just goes through the neck and doesn't sever it, there's no new heads growing.
True. It's a lot of fucking heads, though. I'm gonna say it's got head game.
All right, so if I'm not gonna cheat and pick vampire, I would actually go out fighting a dragon. Because then you can actually leave a lasting legacy, right? Like if you give a dragon a fucking scar.
Yeah, that is true. That's kind of fucked up.
You just completely undercut my shit. I want you to know that you're a prick. And you're damn it.
How dare you?
That was got Kama Itachi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Perfect. I understand.
And with that, we have reached the end. This is Critical Hit. Thank you for listening to us. Man. Totally fucked up my awesome fantasy of being a Hydra head thrower through force. I don't know. That was stupid.
Hydra multiplier.
You could have just been like you messed up your hero death.
Yeah.
Because that would have been amazing.
Find us anywhere you find amazing podcasts like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Deezer, I think.
Deezer?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of other ones that I should start mentioning probably. Find us on Twitter at Crit Hit Official. New episodes every Thursday at noon. Yeah, catch us.
Yeah, catch
If
us.
you dare.
Follow us. Subscribe to us.
Yes, it actually helps us out a lot.
Love us.
That was disgusting.
We don't need that kind of affirmation. That's Crimson's bubble.
We will see you next time.
Bye. Holy Tanuki. Sorry.
Gosh, dude.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a scrotum.